Let's go to Charles. What's up, Charles?
What's going on, man? Long time Stoolie here.
What you got?
Listen, man. I'm calling you guys from China, but I'm from Boston.
Yeehaw.
And so, listen, I'm a Stoolie that, like, I was a guy that was taking the newspaper to some community college station when I was working at State Street in Boston, and I was bringing it into the finance buildings, a cubicle hellhole of State Street. So I go way back, man. So what I'm going to say to you is this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
For me, I'm happy that you guys have this show. I'm blessed that you guys are on KFC. You grinding it right now, so I appreciate you. So I know you're going to appreciate this, okay? I read KMarko's blog the other day. For me, whatever is going on with all of that, you guys have to bury the hatchet because that guy's been around forever. What? I know there was some drama. At some point, everybody has to come together, put him back up so that he can just come up and grind because he's a Stoolie at heart. But when I just see him hiding behind a blog and he's not coming forward, it don't make no sense to me. You guys got to find a way to bury that hatchet. You know what I mean?
Dude, there's no wait, first of all, what blog is it? Did he write something recently?
Yeah, he blogged something like the other day. It was a good blog. First time I'd heard it in a while.
Was it like about him, or was it just like a topic that he was blogging?
Just a topic. Just a topic. It was a good blog.
Listen, I don't have any problem with Keith. Excuse me. I think the Keith thing was kind of his own decision. Like I feel like he had that whole thing with Kirk happen, and then he kind of like disappeared.
Yeah, as far as I know, it was kind of like Mean Girls 1.0.
Yeah. I think it was, the Minifans and Kirk, were a dog with a bone, and I think Keith admitted that like what he did was not right, and then he kind of
I don't think anyone ever said don't come to work. Right?
No, I know for a fact there was nothing ever like that. I think he kind of faded out, and Dave and Erica and everyone were just happy to like let him still work here and contribute every now and then, get your paycheck, get your equity. But it was like, I mean, he can come back and whenever he wants.
But that's the clearest part of it. I mean, that part is clear. I know that what has happened is a bit more from his side.
Yeah.
But like, for me, like, bro, like, you got to understand, he's one of the originals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's like a little bit of pain. I work as a school counselor, so that's why I'm kind of going there. Like, that there's a little bit of pain there.
For sure.
And you've been through shit. Yeah. You've been through stuff. Feats has been through stuff. Every one of us has been through stuff. Every Stoolie has been through stuff. And to have him kind of just kind of faded in the background and not really have him come back up and be KMarko, for me as a Stoolie, who has followed you guys from Milton all the way now, we got to bring him back up. He's a superstar. We got to bring him back up. And I know that's on his side.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. So I think when all that shit went down, I also think that Keith didn't make a lot of friends in like the new era of Barstool. I think Keith was really loved the original crew. And as more and more people joined, I don't think he really made good relationships with a lot of those new people. And so when that shit went down and he had to admit he was wrong and like there was a little bit of eating crow, I think there was a lot of ego stuff involved. I think a lot of the people who were working here didn't really care one way or another, like if he showed up or didn't show up. And I think he didn't really want to do that. You got to show up and kind of be like, I fucked up, hand up, but like I'm still here and like I'll still work with you guys and all that. If you don't do that, it's kind of hard. Like I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, from what I hear, I don't think Keith was the nicest to new people.
Yeah,
and
any people
hard to
yeah.
I guess come back hat in hand to people you were pretty mean to.
That's what it would take. I think there's a decent amount of people he would probably have to apologize to, and as far as I know, I don't think that happened, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, you had.
I mean, if it's the last thing, and you can just finish that. if Rico's made a tremendous turnaround. Obviously, he's gotten some support. You know what I mean? And so if he can not only come back, not only have a reasonable conversation and actually be able to see himself and have fun with it, but now have a show, I think Keith can do it. You know what I mean? I just want to finish on that.
I mean, I think he can. He's got to want to. Rico is.
You're putting that on us. I'm team let people do what they want. It seems like he doesn't want to work here, and that's fine. That's fine with me.
And credit to Rico that, like, I mean, we joke around a lot, but he really has made a lot of changes and, like, and really, like, you know, he does it in a funny way, but you can tell he has totally changed his outlook on internet and commenters and coworkers and content and all this shit. So
when Rico stuff first went down, I think we were the only.
You were the one saying.
I was like, he's persona non grata.
Yeah, and he apologized and he owned it and he you know, he I think issued some like personal apology.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's been like Keith isn't allowed here.
No,
we were like that with Rico. We're like Keith's not allowed on this fucking show.
Right.
And then Rico, it didn't happen quick. I would say it was a few months, and then Rico, we talked a little bit, like very quickly, like right there. And then the Rico became like
that's accountability.
Yeah.
Why did he used to not like when he was really crazy? Rico, what was his issue with you? It was absurd fights.
John.
Oh, it was. I think it's something he doesn't even like talking about. It was like a friend of his. He'd heard some things that I'd said, which I don't really. He was like, I used to trash him and try and make sure he didn't get hired. I was like, what are you fucking talking about, dude? like that's.
I admit,
I'm sure if I was I didn't care for like calling in screaming about gambling content. So I'm sure if I was ever asked like, do you like Rico? I'm sure my response would have been like, no. Nah, like I don't really. That's not my shit. I don't really care. But I definitely would have never been like.
Part of me misses Crazy Rico.
I hope that guy's fucking gone.
I hand up. I thought I was always like, I think he's more of a character than Dan and Dave are letting on or like admit.
I thought so too.
And they were like, no, bro, he's crazy. And I was like, but I had some conversations with him. He's like, you know, you got to give the people a show. But then like so I think there was that truth. But then beyond that, it went back to real again where he's, you know, getting crazy. But he like never disappeared. He apologized. He also, it was the most like, this is why the homies are the best.
He quit for the one day.
He quit for a day. But the rest of it, it's just like the homies are always so much more fun because he was like, man, and I was like, yeah, I know. You got to say it. So, but yeah, I think Keith would have to do a lot of work to like get back in good graces with certain people here. That like, I think when you have a position of power and you don't need to worry about people below you, it's one thing. But when that position is gone and now you're just one of the people and those people don't really necessarily want to work with you or care for you, it's a tough thing to you got to really try, and there's not any.
You had beef with him, Pat?
No, yeah, kind of. It was just I don't think he didn't treat myself and a lot of people here right. Like you said, if someone has power and they're using it bad and like saying things to me, like it's what happened with him and the Chicago guys.
Yeah,
like it's kind of one of these things where Kirk kind of cracked the door open and kind of peeled the curtain back onto
It was almost like a little Me Too-ish, where it was like everybody was like, I got to start.
Yeah.
So I always liked him.
It is what it is.
I always had a good relationship with him, and then I would think from my experience in like the way Keith has come back a time or two, I don't think he's handled it great. I think he kind of comes in and just sits by himself and.
Yeah, when he came back that one day, I tweeted. It was maybe like day 2 of Barstool Radio, and I was like, "We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this." Keith just walked back in like nothing has happened, and he was like, "What? I can't just like come hang out with the boys anymore?" And I was like, "You can."
That was particularly crazy. He also pretended he didn't know.
Yeah. But you have to talk about
didn't know.
it.
Yeah.
It was the first day, like
the week of Dave of all the news.
Like, what do you mean Dave got it back?
Yeah.
Why are you here then?
Yeah, he said I was just in town again and figured I'd stop by. I didn't even know anything was going on with Dave, and I was kind of like.
That's the weirdest thing is that like he'll come back and it's like everyone just kind of like acts like it's normal.
I do think the guy's right. He was an OG, and he did. He was a big part of building it, and so I think. Even despite some of the bad relationships he has, there are some people who still are like, I don't know, he was important back in the day. I actually can't speak for that. I don't know if that's what people think. But for whatever reason, nobody really says anything.
Yeah, and I don't think in my knowledge of Keith and which I think is actually pretty good. I don't think he's the type of person who would come back and like have
Say sorry and
like all that
work
stuff.
at it.
Like
Yeah.
even when he came back that day, he came to me. He's like, "Sorry, you fucking hate me now because I only said hi to him." I went over to
I
the
was right
corner
next to you.
and I was like,
Strange.
"Hey, Trent," I like gave him a nod, whatever. And I was like, "I don't hate you. I just haven't talked to you in like 3
I was
years."
gonna say
like-
that sounds like a little bit of projecting. Then,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I thought we don't talk. I said hi. That was it. It was
Hey man, that was weird. I don't know. It was strange.
yeah, I mean, it is sad that we were
totally.
like, you know, the me and him were like the original Bash brothers on Barstool sort of thing. And like, he definitely did me a very big solid for many years, making sure that I could still get my blogs up. When
Dude,
I was
he's a hell of a writer.
great. I mean, yeah, he's very talented, and he had a chance when my job at Deloitte blocked the website. He had a chance to just be like, "Fuck it, I'm taking your money. Like, I'll take the other half." We were splitting the work and we were splitting the money, and I was like, "Well, I can't do this anymore because I can't. I'm not ready to quit my job at Deloitte yet, and I can't access the website anymore." And he could have just said, "Give me the other $25K, and I'm just going to double my money." And instead, he was like, "Email me everything you write, and I'll post it." And we did it that way for years. And so, like, I definitely, you know, I owe him for that. And if he ever wanted to come back, if he ever wanted to talk, if he ever, you know, any of that, I wouldn't stop him. I can't speak for anybody else here. I'm sure I do think there are some people who would say thanks, no thanks, but I don't. There's no sort of like embargo. There's no sort of banning or anything like that. Everybody here is free to do, you know, whatever they want or apparently don't want. So,
again, it's just Mean Girls 1.0. No, I don't like.
Yeah.
No one's like, "Don't come in." They're just choosing not to come in.
Music.
Brick by brick by brick by brick by brick.
I own 100% of Barstool Sports. The sun, the moon, the Milky Way. It is getting so close, I can taste it. We can take a bite out of it. This is exactly, and I mean exactly, why Barstool Sports has to exist. It has to.
All right, guys, we're about to get real really fast.
it is Thursday, October 5th. Man,
Weight is off my shoulders. Life is good.
I feel like I don't look gray, but I still look ugly.
No, I mean, it's
You look great.
Today's a completely different day.
But I don't think I look good.
You look you look good. You're,
Okay.
Yeah, you got some
got
color in your face.
Yeah.
You're solid. Yesterday was a rough.
Yo, yesterday I kind of enjoyed it. I truly think yesterday was the ugliest I've ever been. That's kind of fun when you can pinpoint the ugliest day of your life. Like, I'm obviously the biggest I've ever been. I'm the oldest I've ever been.
You can only see the top half of your body, too. Imagine if they saw the bottom.
Jesus Christ, yeah. It could have got a lot worse if you saw the rest of it. I got this thing fucked up with my eye. My hair was, I haven't got a haircut in a while. Like, so put it all together, and I was like, this is it. This is the worst. And some people were like, you can only go up from here. And some people were like, wait till you're 40. I was like, fuck, wait.
Were you getting that a lot? Is that why?
No.
Oh.
I told on myself. I wanted to when I made that realization, I was like, well, this isn't good, but it's a moment. It's a moment. Let's have some fun with it. So I think that I'll mark it down. October 4th was the ugliest day in the history of my life.
Do you think it's going to be like it just get like that's the start of a slippery slope, or do you think it was like, hey, that was just an
Lower
outlier?
than yesterday.
I mean, I'm obviously going to get uglier in general.
True, dude.
But, like, it's just like the eye being fucked up is a thing. Like, if it was just my regular self, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm just plummeting down. I mean, I'm hoping maybe with money will come a little more, I don't know what. Nate said it best. Nate in the Survivor Power Rankings, he was like, Kevin has his money, but he's still white trash. So I don't know what's going on. Like, I haven't done anything differently, so I don't know.
How are you not hotter?
Yeah. Like,
That money you're supposed to be.
I'll say Kevin has always been the advocate too. There's no such thing as rich and hot and ugly. There's just rich and poor.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. That's my number one. That's my one. I just have not employed it yet. I've not put it into
What would you
practice
do?
yet.
Like, what do people do to get?
I
Full-blown facial
I
reconstruction.
think. Yeah, well, here's the thing. When you're talking about like true celebrities, I think they flat out get like surgery and shit like that.
Right.
But like if I were to
post a little bit there.
What?
Moving the goalpost a little bit.
Why? What do you mean? No. I mean, when I say that, when I'm talking about like the Kardashians and shit, I think for regular people, I think it's probably like they get like a chef and they get better food and they get the best trainer in the world and like.
You can do that. Like,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
Get you should have someone in your house 24 hours a day.
He does. He has that guy
Employ
living in his ceiling.
Employ someone at your house. You should have a staff. Like you should be living.
Well, listen, I don't have like that much money. Like I don't know,
Go through it.
Yeah. It's just Penn stock was at one point higher than it is, so it's not. The number I thought was going to be was decidedly not that. Still some things to figure out financially, but yeah,
Can I
maybe
work for you part time.
I definitely like need an assistant in the sense of like it's not a need, but it's more of a want because like I'm just like as when you're like a divorced dude, it's like the things that your wife would take care of you don't have, so it's like I don't pay the bill, I don't pay the ticket, I don't check the insurance, I don't and then all these things pile up where it's like, okay, you no longer have insurance, you got points on your license, you're going to jail, and I'm like, if I had known that, I would have just paid it. And people are always like, I'll do that for you. I don't think I could ever do that, and I don't think I could ever like trust somebody enough.
No, I agree with that.
You gotta like that person's gotta be like, they gotta see all your shit.
Yeah.
You gotta know who you are.
Didn't he have someone he hired to do his money or something? A guy he met on the internet?
Who's this?
Jersey Jerry?
Probably a bad first step.
Like some random guy he's never like he met him in Florida and like he's got all his bank information and like there's
That's
definitely clip of it.
that's a scammer.
Mistake.
I don't think Jerry needs to be. I don't think he's at the level of needing to give somebody all of his banking information to run his life for him. But yeah, anyway, let's hope it's only up from here, boys. Let's.
Yeah. We're all going to get hotter.
I tell this story a lot.
4 hottest guys in the world, right?
There was a time in my life where I was like really fat and ugly, and I was so fat I was wearing sweatpants in the summer. Like,
when was this?
Oh, you didn't know me. It was
Okay, I was gonna say.
Were they gray?
and it was like, and honestly, like, this is looking back on it now. I was probably skinnier than I am right now.
Yeah.
But it was just like at that point in my life, you
felt it was such a
what I
difference.
was
Yeah,
the grossest.
Yeah.
And I said before we were in Newport and we were out in our backyard just sitting on lawn chairs on the grass. And I was in sweatpants that I'd like rolled up to my knees. And we were just like sitting there drinking beers. And like my best friend,
Drinking beers in sweatpants in the summer?
like,
Trash.
in a backyard with a chain link fence around it.
Hell yeah.
And my buddy just looks at me and goes, just let me know when. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, just let me know when you want me to tell you that this is out of control. And I was like, I think you just did. I think all right.
That's it right there.
We'll tighten it up.
You need that friend, and I always preach. I don't get involved in like relationships. I don't get involved in like professional, but like something like that, or if you're acting out too much, you just whatever. You have a friend to tell you to like clean it up. You should do that. You should want that. But when it happens, it's like
Fuck that.
oh yeah. It's a real quick.
my life.
For real.
You did well enough where I thought it was funny, but I also was at the gym the next day.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to do it because when you stage an intervention for anything, at least I my reaction to that, if someone was like, yo, you need to get to the gym, like I don't fucking know that already. You think I need you telling it to me? Like, get the fuck out of here.
It also sucks when they do it and then they get like hot or like they look at that's kind of like like you shouldn't have been. I missed the fat guy I missed the fat version. It's like Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Like you missed the fat version of the person rather than the new hot version.
It's like, be careful what you wish for. Yeah, because your friend now is, a hot asshole. You need to get yourself in shape, and you need to get a little bit better, a little more healthy. You can get yourself some Stacker2. They got caffeine energy shots. They've got the vitamin supplements for you to live your best and healthiest life, which means you'll have more energy to get through everything that life throws at you. You're having an ugly day, get yourself the gummy chew to get some vitamin B12 in you and get some blood flowing, get some color back in your face, get the energy shot to get some caffeine to help you through the day. Because once you're an adult and you got real shit to do, you need a little boost to get you through the day. Maybe like a 10,000% boost, because the energy shots have 10,000% of your daily value of vitamin B12. The chew gummies are little pink squares. They taste good. They are low in cost. They are low in size. They are low in calories. But they pack a big punch of energy for the day. So bite back with the stack. You can get all of your Stacker2 gummies and energy shots at Dollar General, where you can get any Stacker2 products, or you can go to Stacker2.com, get your shots and your gummies today.
Really tasty every time.
Yeah, that blue. Did you learn to drink it yet? Still a little dainty bitch. Tommy's just deep throating energy shots over here. We talked about it yesterday. Tom, you were not here. We touched on the Taylor Swift Big Cat situation.
Yeah.
Even I'd still, in the moment, didn't realize that it was like serious. I thought we were all still kind of joking. I thought that the actress girl was like taking it too far.
Snow
but that
White.
we all, but that everybody thought that she was taking it too far. And then I was looking at the fallout yesterday, Dan's tweets, and when people were trying to TikTok, and like, I was like, oh, this is not a joke. I can't believe. I mean,
I can fully.
I guess so. I guess I
It
say that.
is.
It's like, yeah, are you really that surprised? But like, he's so joking.
I said it. I said it yesterday that I hadn't seen the video. I had seen the response. I knew it was serious right away. I had seen the response, and I was just like, I'm not gonna watch the video because like, I'm sure it's partly like, not warranted, but I'm sure like it's not coming from nowhere. I just wasn't interested in watching the video. I don't know. It was gonna make me uncomfortable. I don't fucking watch
Someone's not an AWL.
it. And then when we watched it live on air, I was like, oh, he's a lot more joking than I thought.
Like,
I thought it was gonna be like. I thought it was gonna be like demanding, not demanding, but I was gonna be like, I need a sex tape. If you guys want me to think it's real,
It's a hilarious clip.
Yeah.
once he just starts listing off like P&A, P&F,
H on P, H on V, whatever.
I was like, oh, it's a lot sillier than I
Guys.
thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And again, like as we said a million times on the show, like if you hold my feet to the fire, if I said that, I'm not gonna speak for Dan, but if I said that and you held my feet to the fire and you're like, do you think this is funny? I'd be like, no, it's not funny, but it's just like not any like.
It's what
It's
we
not
do.
nearly as offensive though.
Right.
as,
Like, do I think that is the funniest? Because I think I said that as well. We touched upon that yesterday, saying like, does Dan like put that as, you know, this is what my career is about? This is my hallmark joke? No. But also even saying like I don't stand by like it's not a joke. It's not like it was a scripted bit. It's not like he thought and planned and then put it out there and then has to speak for it or not speak for it. It's like, it's just like your very, very typical podcast kind of conversation.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think he needs to stand
I don't
by
even
it, but
think
I also don't think he needs to like rebuke it. It's just like, he's
I thought it was
so obviously joking.
I thought it was hilarious. I think like not the fact that like it's Taylor Swift and you're offended. Like I just think like looking at it, like the fact that people think that someone would seriously demand, a man would demand in 2023, demand a sex tape to prove that they are dating someone
Now-
and then list off what can, like, I think that's very
I
funny.
actually don't even think the joke of it is anything Taylor Swift related. Like,
No, it's not.
I think it's just listing
P and V.
Yeah. That was what I thought was funny. Like the Taylor Swift was just the intro into doing that. It's like in Sunny when it's like, don't J all over your T's and and whatever your B's. Like it was just funny letters. I don't know, man.
And it's childish and it's sophomoric, but like, you know, the retort to that is like, no, I know it's a joke, but the joke comes from a place of like, you still joke about women sexually and you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, listen.
Oh,
I
so you're
don't know.
saying that's their own thing. It's a deep-rooted, subconscious.
And then we're gonna have, you know, don't listen to any podcast, you know, ever.
Yeah.
Well,
because-
Tommy said it. Barbie gave them power.
Barbie, women have never felt more powerful after this fucking Barbie
dumb
movie came
fucking
out.
movie.
Which I hate to admit, I thought was funnier than I expect, but I still fucking hate its message.
Not one of the homies. Not one of the homies.
Barbie was the third funniest
Funniest thing I ever heard.
female directed, female written, female lead cast movie.
Yeah, what was it? He was telling me he watched Bottoms the other day.
Bottoms was one.
Oh my
Joyride was
God.
two. Barbie was
I gotta
The
watch.
funniest part of Barbie was all the actors. Will Ferrell was hilarious, Ryan Gosling, but still a funny movie.
You watch Bottoms?
I did. It was
That was one of the funniest movies in a long time.
Yeah, I gotta
when
watch
he winds up and this is not a spoiler and fucking kicks that girl in the face to the point where her body goes "Ah!" and the whole. It was one of the funniest
what's the
movies I've ever
premise?
seen.
It's two lesbians who can't get laid in high school, and they start a female fight club.
Right,
to
right,
find
right,
and
right.
meet chicks.
It's not another teen movie, but like lesbian.
It's like part not a teen movie, part super bad. It's
Yeah.
fucking. It's awesome.
Have you seen the new
This thing stinks.
new reality show that's taken HBO Max by storm?
I know of it.
Yeah, Naked Attraction. Have you seen this?
No.
It's just straight up you pick based on naked bodies.
Can you watch it in America?
How like
That would be
that
my.
show has to be 2 seconds long. That one.
As someone who's had some reality show success, that would be my least successful reality
You
show.
had voted out first on that one.
So it's all uncensored. There's no camera.
Did the guy get hard?
Every dick I've seen has been soft and
They show it.
huge. Yes, yes.
Oh, and huge.
They cast showers. You're not
Well,
gonna cast a girl.
one guy was huge. One guy was pretty big but uncut. So I'm like, well, you know. But so step one is phase one or whatever you call it, round one. You're in like a horse stable, and the
God.
first thing is you see from the waist down. So the first decision is based on legs, feet, and genitalia. Step two, if you go on from that, which is awesome because it is the most like that girl's pussy's gross, like,
Dude.
you know what I mean? Like you're not thinking about.
Are they?
other-
I feel like they should kidnap
Look at this.
people to do it.
Yeah, look at that guy hanging, bro.
Let me see.
Yeah.
This is wild.
So you decide on the.
Pass that over.
Yeah, I honestly have not seen a naked girl yet. I saw some tits, but I've not seen anything other than that.
Well, I'm not even
You
gonna
should be
say.
kidnapped. You shouldn't be able to.
Is this
Yeah,
it?
that's good.
like old
what are you
school,
naturally like?
yeah.
You haven't shaved. You
Whoa.
haven't-
That's it, right?
I did see that video too. Yeah. So you decide based on the bottom, and then you move on to round two. You get to see the midsection,
God.
and then the last is the face.
Bro, I'd be out round one.
And personality
They'd
just.
see my feet. You could start the feet. It looks like a hobbit.
I mean, so I actually think.
Bro, when I was when I was when I was just in Rome with the Ryder Cup, I took my shoes off.
Why did you take your shoes off?
I was in fucking. I wasn't in like shoes that you're supposed to walk 25,000 steps a day in. And we were walking over a golf course, and I was just like, I don't know, we were.
You're just walking barefoot on the golf course?
No. Once we were stationed, and I was like standing on the grass, I just like fucking slid off my loafers, and one of the
Fine.
guys,
In Italy, we do that sometimes.
one of the guys I was with goes, "Did the shoes do that to your feet?" And I looked down, my feet were just
Normal.
bro, those are just my feet, dog.
They weren't like red or anything.
No, bro, it was just. what are you talking about? He's like, your big toe, like it's all fucked up, and I was like, no, that's my fucking toe.
That's so funny that someone looked at your feet and were like, "What accident happened to them? What injury did you suffer?"
I used to jam into hockey skates. Leave me alone.
I feel like you can say like you can also decide, you can judge a person based on their bottom half. Like you can see if they're in shape, you can see if they're skinny. Like there's a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
But let's call a spade. Everyone's just checking out, being like, can I deal with your hole or your dick?
Yeah.
You know?
Or your feet.
You could tell though also by the
think
legs of like how in shape or fat
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like
too.
there is a way, there is more to it than that. But
They'd see I have tattoos on my thighs. They'd be like, he's a fuckboy loser. Never mind.
You can see my tungsten tattoo on my thighs. Like, what the hell is that?
Ugh, he has a TikTok. Get it out.
what thing would you want? What do you think is your best chance? The top, bottom, or middle?
For the girls?
No, for you.
Like for what I.
No, for you. Like what is your best trait? Best section?
The worst would be the midsection for sure.
Yeah.
I guess face.
Oh, that's tough, Tom.
I know.
I mean, if you're
someone who
best
looks
your face.
someone who looks at your face every day, you go, this
I mean, maybe
I got
like.
an offer.
So the thing is, I would feel better about my penis than my thighs.
Yeah,
my thighs
totally.
are an issue.
No,
if a girl could, that's why. If a girl could, oh come on. If a girl could just see my like hard dick, that would be okay. But if she's got to see my thighs, we're
That's
Zero
what
in like this.
I'd be standing there like wide-legged, so they weren't all close to each other. Because I think the further the dick is from a big thigh, it looks.
Like perception, yeah, depth perception on that one. Well, yeah. Listen, when you send your dick, if you've sent your dick, you take like just that. You just get a picture of your dick, and you don't let anything depth perception fuck it up. You don't let any other body parts in there. Yeah, man thighs are. That's why I hate. Like, I feel like over the last couple years, the really short shorts on guys became a thing. Like the chubby started it, and it was like, okay, you're just back to like, they used to be baggy shorts, and then short shorts were in, and then I think people almost like intentionally pushed it.
Yeah.
And I would see like Captain Khan's like groin every fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, enough, dude. Nobody needs to see that.
Tyler O'Day, you could see like his
like,
left
come
and right
on.
every day.
Right. I do not need that. I think, despite October 4th, 2023, the ugliest day of my life, I'd have to go face. I guess my legs are like this part of my leg is fine. This part of my leg is gross. I think my dick is all right.
There really is no part of my body that if you had to single it out.
That's good.
Like
Your arms.
you should show that to somebody.
You have good arms.
But they're connected to the rest of me.
But if you had to single it out.
I guess, but like I'm
took
thinking
John's arms.
You're
thirds.
thinking of those three.
In thirds, yeah. Like they're
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a part
I feel
of
like your body's probably not bad, no? I feel like you probably got a pretty
It's
good
I
body.
wouldn't want it to be fucking just like I want him to be judged based on it.
No, you know what John has? I actually think that chicks probably like your body. Because I think more chicks are into like, you look like a man. You're a man. I'm 40. Like you're not gonna have like fucking TikTok abs,
No.
But you look like a fucking like brolic dude who will like throw fucking, like you could like chop wood and throw it around and shit, like Rocky and
Lumberjack.
Rocky, yeah, exactly. That's the
Can't
word I'm
chop
looking
wood.
for.
I do like chopping wood.
I feel like
Throwing it around's a different story, but I can chop wood.
can you like one shot it?
Do it all the time.
Do you really?
Not one.
at your
Yeah.
house?
Like I mean, not all the time because I don't live at home. But when I go home, I like to chop wood.
I mean that's more almost about your hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
But you like the strength every time is one shot.
Not every time, but yes, a vast majority of the time.
That's very impressive. I think that might be like the number one, like, because we debate.
Well, not a one shot once it's if you're talking about starting at a stump, the stump takes a few shots, but then when you're breaking it off smaller.
You're never afraid you're gonna let it swing and hit your ankles? You ever see people do that?
That is,
I
yeah.
almost did that this summer. I was drunk. They're like,
Yeah.
"Don't do it, Pat." I was like, "Shut up." And I had my hands like this. I wasn't choked up. I was like, "Whoa!" And I like moved my ankle out of the way.
It's super dangerous.
The most masculine thing you can do.
I was gonna
is
say
chop
like we're debating. I did Francis and Marty and
They did it.
they did it. Okay. I all the debates about like what makes you athletic and what's this and that. I think like if you're talking about like strength. Wood chopping competition. Whoever can do that is the strongest.
I don't think I've ever chopped wood.
I think I've tried like once, and the axe just like stuck in the wood, and I was just like, well,
Yeah.
okay, now
I don't
so much
need-
pressure
I
on.
can't even get it out now, so we're just done.
That's not my style.
No, that Tommy would not thrive in a wood chopping. I mean, you remember? I don't know if they have it anymore, but ESPN
Oh, yeah.
way back
Just thinking that.
used to have like their, you do like the rowing one, you do the chopping one, you do all
The one where they put a chink in the thing and then a board in. And
yeah,
they-
Yeah.
climb up it. That shit is awesome.
Wild.
Those guys, I think those guys are the strongest men on the planet.
Yeah.
Even more so than like the strong man like picking up the kegs and pulling the planes and stuff. I think those guys, because there is a little bit of agility and shit in there, those guys are the most impressive.
We've talked about it before if he was on the show or whatever, but the video that went viral recently of like the bodybuilders working out with the mountain climber or the rock climber.
Yes.
And how he was just as strong. Because,
Right.
like these two
I mean, they couldn't.
huge
They could not put their arms down. They were so big.
I'd rather have my body.
Yeah, but they
Yeah, totally.
Nah, their bodies are pretty
Well,
tight.
I was
dude.
gonna say.
they had some pretty banging bodies, but the guy was just as strong as them.
The rock climber was probably like 180.
Yeah,
Like,
and I like the that kind of strength where it's just like I don't go to not like there's gym strength and then there's that, and like I was watching The Mechanic with Jason Statham yesterday morning, and he's one of those guys where it's just like he was scaling a wall, and it's just like that dude's fucking strong,
Like usable strength.
strong.
those guys all got to be on steroids, though, right?
I don't know. I would
When
imagine
you like
so.
make your money being like, I am just a action
Wholeser?
hero, like.
I remember reading a GQ article about him once, and they said that was the only. I think they were talking to his trainer, and he's the only person he's ever trained who can do a human flagpole, which is like when you
What's
just kind of
that?
grab a pole.
And you go sideways like the
you go
flag?
Sideways like the
Yeah,
flag.
that shit is nuts. Have you seen those guys who walk? Like they move their feet like they're walking up, like
Oh yeah, as they get into a flagpole, they're
Yeah.
like, "Du-du-du-du-du."
sick.
No, I haven't seen
So
that.
their feet are on the
Oh,
ground.
yes,
and they like mime their feet.
Yes.
Oh, that shit is crazy. I'm like, You can do a pull-up, sir? Get out of here.
Speaking of strongest dudes ever, I gotta give a quick shout out to maybe my favorite piece of Barstool content I've seen in a while. Dani Jackel at University of Miami.
I saw the
What was it?
I saw the clip of her being like, I'm going to do it, but I didn't see
It's so funny. I don't know what.
Alex Earle thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So she had like a wig, blonde wig, and like a visor, and it said Alex Earle returns to the Miami
Campus.
campus. What does she like do?
Is there a specific
Nothing.
clip
No
you're
one
talking-
believes her.
So she just pretended to be her?
I mean, dude, she looks. Not, like I like she just put a blonde wig on. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like John got that bald cap the other day and like got like professional makeup. He just puts on a blonde wig and is just
Everyone's
like,
like,
I'm Alex
"No, you're
Earle."
not.
No, you're not.
It's so funny, dude. I want to do a similar video where I go to Australia and I'm like, "Hello, I'm Chris Hemsworth. See, I've got Molnir here." Like, she hands at one point. She's like, "Why would I be drinking an Alex Earle drink if I'm not Alex Earle?"
I mean,
I guess these girls believed her. I didn't
I
see
guess
that. I only saw
yeah.
a few clips.
Did she expect people?
I think the intention was that like it's
Nobody's
no
gonna-
one's gonna think
Smash.
it. But and that's why it's funny.
Like-
But I was like she's just asking a guy for a salad, and he's like, "No." She's like, "But I'm Alex Earle." He's like, "No, you're not."
Can I don't know who Alex Earle is.
she's
don't-
like
I just-
she's like the new.
She's the
It
it girl,
girl?
right now. Yeah,
Was she dating right now?
I said she's the it girl.
Oh,
Right?
girl, yeah.
Also
I know she
dating
was dating Braxton Berrios. She was
wait,
dating.
Yeah. Well, they're casual.
Yeah, they're not. That was the whole thing. They were not
You think they're
together.
actually dating? You are Delulu.
we're big Delulu guys now.
She's just really focused on herself right now.
We KFC Radio. We in like a matter of 10 seconds went from how stupid Delulu is to being like, oh wait, it's very fun to say. The official word of KFC Radio.
I like
now
that
is
a lot.
Delulu. Yeah.
Delulu?
It's unbelievable.
Delulu.
Yeah.
You are fucking
Delulu.
Delulu, brother.
You guys do not look like people that would say the word Delulu.
When I
so
first
it makes
heard
it
it,
that
I
much
went,
better.
ugh. And before I even finished my ugh, I was like, never mind.
Delulu. Yeah, I think if when you see the preview video, she's like very like dancing stupid and like being a clown about it. Did you see the guy?
At one point, she was like, I forget. She asks like, oh, she's like, can you take a picture of me? I'm back on campus, and they're like, sure. And she's like, it's like crazy, right? And they're like, what? She's like, I'm Alex Earle. They're like, okay.
Can I say this? People, there are like sometimes there's snickers around here about Dani Jackie's like content. Fuck that. She does what she does. She does the
crushes, by the
stuff. She crushes. Her numbers crush. Some of the stuff it's not for everyone. Whatever.
Listen,
but like
She's also very like I shot a video with her in Washington Square Park. where,
nicest person ever.
and like she's very on top of it. Like she's like she has all the forms ready. She's like there's more of a science to it than you would think. Where like
Yep.
I look at people and I'm like he probably wouldn't respond. She probably wouldn't respond. This person would give a good reaction or whatever. And like your cameraman, you got to be behind this tree, this bush. So there is like a ton that goes into it more than just,
she is
here's
like
my
a
tits.
one-woman operation. She has one producer, cameraman, editor, all that shit. Does like very good numbers. All of it sponsored. She's probably one of like the most it's like Robbie Fox and Dani Jackel are like the most self-sufficient, pay for their own way sort of people. Now, Man on the Street is like it had its moment in the sun many years ago. When it first came out, it was like revolutionary. I think now people view it as like kind of corny, whatever. But like, there's good men on the street, there's bad men on the street. She has some ones that are great, some ones that are.
Well, I wouldn't even consider that really man on the street. Like I always consider it more.
Well, she also
prank.
does do straight up.
Like to me, man. Yeah.
It's like she goes out at a party and like asks people questions.
Gay son or thought daughter.
Yeah. But her shit, the other stuff she does like during the day is usually more prank stuff, which again is also a thing that's like, we joked about how YouTube prank shit like went too far and became like not funny, but when you do see a good one, like I do you know Ross Creations Ross? Anybody know that? This I could not believe that I didn't know this guy. I was mad at myself for never having seen this guy because he has a big following. He's like Jackass. Ross Creations. He has 816,000 followers. He's been doing it for years. And he does these pranks. Like he just he took a desktop computer, opened it up.
He has 1.5 million on YouTube.
Yeah, monster. Fills the computer up with beans.
Oh, I've seen that video.
And then the guy's like, dude, there's like, did you look inside this? There's beans. And he just like plays it like absolutely hilarious. He went to I
remember, I think in the KFC Radio group chat you mentioned this. Did you just see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
never seen
it's a couple years old, I think. And then he went to there's a parking lot like wherever he lives nearby that it says no back in parking allowed. It must be a thing because there's a big sign and there's a meter maid giving out tickets to anybody who's parked backwards. So they chop a car in half and they put it together so there's two fronts and they just park it. And the lady pulls up and is like looking and like doesn't know what to do, and then she drives away and they're in the fucking van cheering. It was hilarious. And those are like, prank videos that some people would be like, prank videos are so stupid. I was fucking in tears.
That's a lot of time in production and fucking money.
And also, like, it does, like, the Nelk Boys are one of the biggest things on the, like, it just does what, and Practical Joke is my favorite TV show, one of my favorite TV shows ever. Fucking
what's his face? Billy Eichner, Billy on the Street.
Yeah.
Huge one. It's all, so people say that Impractical Jokers, all those guys are all, it's.
I mean, there are definitely some that, like, go too far, but I
the
think
guy who got shot over the weekend? Or not over the weekend, but they ruled, he got shot a few months ago, and they ruled in the shooter's favor. Some guy ran up on this guy at the Dallas airport, and I don't know, I still don't know what it was. He had his phone out, and he was putting it in his face and, like, making him listen. And the guy has his food. He has a bag of fast food. He was at the mall, I think, maybe the airport, whatever.
He was like 6'5". The guy who shot him was like little.
Tiny dude, yeah. And he's like, stop, get away. And the guy doesn't say anything. He just keeps walking at him, holding the phone. And he's like, stop. And then goes from just like, hey, man, leave me alone, to like, boom, gun. He
shot him in the fucking
pulls out a
chest.
little revolver and just bow. And it was like,
die?
No, the guy did not die. And the jury did not convict the dude.
Yeah, I think like the line is, if you're actively making strangers' days worse, then you're an asshole.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, when I did it with Dani, it was like, oh, we were having a fake couple argument in like in the park, and like people weighed in. Like, that's not making anyone's days worse. That's harmless.
There was a dude who
that's a lot of what Impractical Jokers is.
his prank was he's just stealing people's luggage from the airport.
Yeah, that's an ass.
And like this guy was probably trying to catch a connecting flight, was on a red eye, coming home from a work trip, whatever it was, and he was like, "Give me my fuck," like went bananas. And then people were doxing him and saying like, "Look at this guy, he's like a rageaholic," and it was like, no, he's just a regular person at the airport who wants to fucking kill.
Whereas
his
like the
kid.
sophisticated way to do that is in Practical Jokers. One day, I think Sal or Joe was getting punished, and they were at the luggage claim, and one of them had to pick up like a sex doll from like the carousel.
Yeah, that's like harmless.
That doesn't
You
bother.
have to be
right.
doing
You're the
thing.
victim of
Yeah,
the prank.
yeah.
Is I think when
See
it's
the
okay.
the gangbanger one where the guy like goes up to people like in like the hood and like really like bad neighborhoods, and he starts like just walking up to people and like doing things. He's another guy who got fucking stabbed.
Yeah,
when
people
he was
step on
doing
their
that.
shoes. They
Yeah.
fuck with the car. They do all
And
that.
that was like a big one in like 2012. Just like prank was like blank in the hood, and it was like,
It's so
we're
trash.
getting a little racist, guys.
Yeah.
It's like, I fuck with black people.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, it really is. I was watching Cheeto Santino was on somebody's podcast, and they were talking about Taylor, and he was talking about when they did Punk'd, because Cheeto wrote for Punk'd.
Yeah.
When they did that, when I was thinking about that skit, it was Bieber and Taylor, with they said they were firing off fireworks, and it hit like a bridal party on a boat, right? And the girl's in her white dress, and there's like things on fire, and I was thinking about if that happened today, if Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift on the level they're at now were on a skit where they thought like somebody was burning down, oh my god! And it was just like a regular, 2000 whatever. Well, that'd be like 2006 or something. I don't know.
Remember Unforgivable?
No, what's that?
Oh yeah.
The OG like internet viral video. Remember that?
What was that?
Guy in the woods.
Give me some waffle fries.
Oh yeah, Unforgivable. That's
That had nothing to do with anything. Sorry, I
Yeah.
derailed the conversation.
I thought it was like a prank.
Yeah,
prank
no.
show or whatever. Yeah, there's certain things on the internet will just be forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smokeshow, October 10th. I feel like
that'll
Smokeshow
be
is kind of
forever.
a iteration of that, like a new age You know?
Yeah, it's not
like an
really.
evolved
I tried to
thing.
really make this season like a season of a TV show. Was kind of where it's almost like more. I'd say I'd like to feel like a sitcom. Like it's like 30-minute episodes. Every episode
cool.
has a
I don't think I realized that.
storyline. Like that's not like last year. It was
Is it like reality though, or you're acting?
It's reality. It's mixed. It's like
Like
in
the
gray area.
Forbes thing is you.
I mean, I'm genuinely trying to get on the Forbes
Right.
thing.
That's what I mean. Yeah. That one.
Everything in it is real. I mean, yeah, there's like things I plan out. None of it's like scripted, but it's like planned. I'm gonna do this scene, then this scene. It's a lot. It's been a lot of editing, and but I'm excited. I think it's
sure.
How involved are you in editing?
I do. So Kevin Zuppy's a wizard, but like these have been shot over like 6 months. So like I make like a Google Doc that'll be like 15 pages long of like start with this shot, go from this second to this second, then I'm going to use this voiceover. And
You do that?
It's called a paper cut in the biz.
And then it's like I then go to this scene, then go to this scene, and go to this. Like I do that just because I know how I want it, and also it's harder on like people when it's a bunch of fucking jumbled footage. And then Owen is helping to.
That's, a heavy lift too. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Go through that.
Yeah.
He just does like the technical side of it, but like you're.
Yeah, I mean Zuppy also is like great. Like his pacing is unbelievable. Of like that, I can never edit one technically, but then there's also it's like the pacing of like the jump cuts and stuff and like the technical side.
Dude, I think probably around 2015, 16-ish was the first time like we started to get real editors and like talented people.
It makes such a difference.
Like, cause I would try to make a video kind of like, but like Barstool videos were like the King Richard's Fair, like where you just go somewhere and do something.
Shot like Birdman.
And it's really just like, someone holding a camera and you just got to be funny, And if the footage is not funny, the video's not funny, And then I was so hesitant to try to do anything like that ever. Because I was just like, I don't think I'm that good at it. Like, I'm a better writer. I'm better on audio. Video is not my strong suit. And then, all these guys were like, we got it. Don't worry. Like, as long as you say, like, a couple funny things, we edited it in, we edited it out, we put this, we put that. And it's like, oh, I get it now. Like, you can make anything funny.
Yeah.
You're the right person. You can really, you got to have minimal talent and, like, some good timing, some balls to go do some shit. But other than that, those guys fucking, like you said.
Very quickly learned that, like, the most important people in movies are not actors.
For real.
like,
for real.
Not even top 10.
Yeah.
They're the grunts.
I mean, think about it. It's really very true. Like, of course, when you see a movie with like a great actor, it goes to like the top. But there's plenty of good movies with people you don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as the material is good and the final product is good.
I think comedy editing too is like the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like you could do a video, you could go shoot for an hour, and you could have one editor put together a 5-minute video that stinks, and you could have one editor put together a 5-minute video that's like amazing, and just because they know like, oh, that should be in it. Or, like,
we were talking to somebody, maybe Dominica Sanders. She was talking about like when she was shooting her special, how like the audience knows that a special is being shot, and it's almost like we're here for that. Not you're just like watching us shoot the special, so we have to start something, stop something, redo it. Like, or who was it? Somebody was like sweating. Yeah, it was her. It was like you realize you're almost on like a movie set. It's not. You're not just like filming a performance. It's like this is for the cameras. So, and when you start to think about that, and you realize like the laughter is trumped up because people want to be a part of it, and like you realize it's a whole fucking production. But those are the same guys that can go out on a random Tuesday night at the cellar and just fucking murder. So it's not like it's anything, manipulative or whatever.
Joey just walked by. Why is he dressed like an HVAC worker today?
I told him it looks like he's just squeegeeing floors like somewhere. He's dressed like a janitor.
Is not a bit?
That's like
I assume there was a thing today. Like
he says he's serving butch realness. I was like, what? And then and now he's doing a video where he's walking around the office with a tape measure. He actually wanted to do it on this show. I don't know if you guys want it, where it's not like marked, and he wants to see which guys can guess how much 6 inches is.
That's a good idea.
Okay, Joe.
Bring him in.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So it's going for people are
Joey.
He does look. He's serving butch realness with the backwards fitted too. You are.
Local 495.
Yeah. You look like
Butch realness.
Absolutely. Like you look like you're a steam fitter.
you
You're
can't
fucking,
wait for the Giants game on.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm in Yags. I'm in blue-colored Yags. I'm in a bad neighborhood with these jeans.
Joey, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
at
Why
all.
don't you hop on a mic?
Do you have a taser in your pocket?
I do have a taser.
Nah, we'll tase you.
Local 495. What's the local pipe fittings unit?
Oh yeah, you're asking the four of us.
I think there is-
Apartment
Surely
4G.
I think 495 is something. I think you're right.
Are we sure that's not the highway?
I'm feeling fish. I'm feeling my fantasy. Giving Bronx Bomber realness.
Are those your Tims?
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not. Who are they?
All right, I got these.
And whose hat is that? It's way too small.
I found it on the floor. I think it's beige. I found it on the ground. But this is the look I went for today. It was either between this or I was gonna wear an espadrille with a short. But
She's a binary queen.
We heard you're doing like a ruler.
6-inch challenge?
oh, I already posted it. But yeah, it was a 6-inch challenge. I already gave my my tape measure back to Walker.
How many people? How many people?
2 people got it right. John Rich got 6 inches on the dot. But I have a hard time believing that because by looking at that lanky white boy, you know he's heavier than 6 inches.
In your experience, what type of dude has the big? By the way, your guys' take that having a big dick is white trash is so
disgusting.
funny.
It's true.
So fucking funny. Having a big cock is
It's
trashy.
a white
is
trash.
so
Now,
good.
that's excluding the black and Latino community because that's just a given.
Specifically white guys.
That's a God-given gift to them.
You're a white guy with a big dick. You're trash.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's
That's
so
good.
gross.
It's disgusting. Like
They
that's
wear
your
those
personality. You
tattered
have a
boxers
big
from
cock.
Walmart. Those like plaid tattered boxers from Walmart.
You
wearing them today?
Do you think there's a different ideal size for a gay guy and a girl?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, is it
To
like
receive?
Probably, yeah, right? You're talking about a vagina versus an asshole.
Like, is there a more ideal dick
Yeah,
size for a puss and a more ideal dick size for a
Well,
butt?
gather round, my dear. We'll talk. We'll tell you.
I mean, I think universally the butthole is just like more sensitive area. It's like you can't take too much big stuff back.
I'm
there.
I'm picturing like the recycling containers where it's like it's got like the hole for a 2-liter,
Right.
and a hole for like a regular one. You're like,
Yeah.
I mean, what's ideal for you?
For my hole?
Yeah.
I want like hung
wants-
hung small like.
Do you really know?
4 inches, 4 inches.
No joke.
4 inches.
No, I mean it's not. No,
You want a high-class
I
man.
could probably take a 14-inch dick, but it's like it's a width that gets you. It's like
you
have you
really?
ever had a dick in? I guess Jackie. It's never been too long and it hurts. It's too wide and it hurts. It's the length. It can go all the way up to. It can come out the back of my throat 3 times and loop around. It's a straight shot. It's not. That's not the problem. If it's
Dying over there.
it's like a foot long. If it's like a foot long hot dog from like 7-Eleven or something like that, that can go. I can loop my esophagus 4 times over. It's the thickness that gets you. That's how they get you. Your mother doesn't tell you that growing up. I found out the hard way. Family picnic with Uncle Gary.
He is literally in tears. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's the thickness that gets you. So it could be like but thickness wise, maybe nothing bigger than a buffalo nickel for me.
Now
She'll
we were
take a sack of
talking.
Jouia to the hoop.
We were talking before when the show started about this
live?
HBO Max show. Where
we're
you can
recording.
see everyone like it starts with their bottom and then
Oh, I saw that. I wanted to do that here.
where
Wait, what is it? What is it?
the HBO show.
They get a
Oh, the
track
extra
show.
show. Yeah.
Where would you most want to choose your partner from, and where would you most want you chosen from?
It's 3 parts: waist down, middle, and face.
For
Waist
me, my face would be the moneymaker.
Yeah, you have a very pretty face.
Neck down, it's like it's all.
What about
all
just
held together with tape and a prayer?
What about just waist down though? Like, are your legs
No.
and dick in good shape?
No. Unless it's a day after Viagra, Dick, and I've showed you that before on your show.
I always forget we have seen
hanging
Joey's
heavy.
cock.
Then no, I think if I was choosing a guy, I want to see. All I need to see is the ass.
Yeah.
Ass.
Ass
bottom
and
down.
no, that's it.
All right, Sophie with an F over here.
Being an ass man is,
What would you want to see first?
On a gentleman.
on a guy, I would.
The guy I'm choosing to fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking torso, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hemsworth, good fucking.
Yeah, that would-
little beef eater.
Who's your friend?
But I think if I'm gonna have to
I
fuck
preference
a guy-
Chris Hemsworth being hot like
We can do
5
girls.
times.
A lot
of times.
You're
didn't
gonna
mean
want
to
to
put-
see.
Whatever, dude. He's fucking hot. What do you want me to say?
Earle, I want to see the boobs.
Your boobs guy.
Such a child.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me
You
see
are
that
such a
torso.
child.
I think I'm starting with the pins.
Now, I was just gonna send this picture to everyone. I had
What's that
this.
It's what British
Hold
people call
up.
legs.
Like,
Who is that?
This is Snapchat Steve.
That's Snapchat Steve.
Right, that is him.
That's very funny.
Does it do anything for you?
Oh, fell.
Big I'm straight. I'm straight. I want to see you guys' ass. Get out of here.
That was the gayest thing anyone said on this show.
Yeah, that was Manti Te'o going far from it.
Joey, we were recording the show today, and all of a sudden I start hearing things in my headphones. It's just the guy gooning into the mic.
Oh man,
No, not on this. Not on this.
Gooning changed my life when you guys told me about that. That is fucking insane. Now I do it once.
We all just started jerking off right now. We're gooning.
It's just like a bunch of guys in a circle jerking off to each other.
Oh, you make noises too?
Oh God,
I thought it was just like I thought it was just a bunch of dudes
I'll
jerking
show you the
off.
video.
Because in that case, I've gooned before.
It's not jerking off.
Like when I was like
more of an
10.
I did not do that. Did you do that?
It wasn't.
What?
It wasn't
off with
as
your
big a
friends?
group of people.
With my where
Yeah.
we could see each other.
Yes.
Like it was like it was.
I know these guys. A lot of. I think. I think we might be in the minority.
Listen.
I mean, like we would watch porn
No.
together.
These guys are
like
talking
not like
dick
sit
out.
there and fucking jerk our dicks.
I think we might be in the minority.
no.
No, you don't.
I swear to God.
Listen.
I swear to God, dude. I hear more about
Like you
that.
could see your friends' dicks as they were jerking off. Well, you're also gay.
No, but like then I wasn't. That was the last time I saw Dick.
I think you're on someone's.
I mean,
He's a hockey player though, and they're all gay.
Oh, did you see? There's some team in Canada made a rule that you have to wear shorts in the shower.
What?
Hockey might as well be dead.
That's crazy.
The sport is dead.
what level?
Hey, buddy, sick league.
We're just basing this on one single headline. There has to be more to the story.
And
Otherwise,
I think
you
it was a
ruin the heart
bullshit
of the sport.
level. It was like some bullshit team.
Why do they say you have to wear shorts in the shower? That's the whole fun of playing.
Because like yeah, that's why people fucking.
We started. It was for underage people. We started showering together. I think when we were mites, maybe squirts.
I'll be honest, that is a
Fucking
little weird.
bantams, dude. Peewees.
Having little kids shower together is a little.
Dude, because
That's
we
weird.
saw that the high school kids did it, and we just thought like that's what good hockey players did. So like at that age, it was probably only like
And
6
you know the
of us.
hockey dads are like, yeah, get in the shower, you fucking loser. You know. Whatever.
No, they would. No, my dad would be furious
You were in the shower?
because I'd come out. Practice would end. I'd come out 2 hours later.
Oh yeah, that I could see.
He'd just be sitting in the car,
This
Feitelberg
is
showered in the
are you
rectory
doing
of
in
the
the
Catholic
shower?
school.
hockey.
showering, and then holding court, just chatting with the boys,
Naked.
naked. Yeah,
How old were you?
very young. Like,
Great. This is.
That is.
Dude, I would
How'd it feel like?
never.
why? We were all kids.
The coach like making.
Yeah, there's like
No one made us do it.
the fact
it was
that,
just what the
like-
kid. It was what we wanted to do. We like it's just the
Boys.
Give me an age. How old?
I would guess.
8.
I would guess a little over 10.
Okay. Because
Maybe
you know,
it's
like
young, man.
like Keegan,
Maybe somewhere in the 8 to 12 range.
if Keegan in the next couple of years is like, I gotta go shower, Dad, I'd be like, no, the fuck you. I'm not letting my kid get naked anywhere other than in his
But
house.
Father Jerry's here.
Yeah, exactly.
No parents were doing like it
You
was.
don't
just
know
the
that,
kid.
bro. You don't know that there's some fucking creep in the corner looking. You don't know there's.
Yeah,
Some
I do. I have eyes.
That doesn't.
Isn't
mean
there?
that
There
you
like
know-
has to be an adult supervisor
Yeah.
somewhere.
Bro,
No.
You can't let a bunch of fucking 10-year-olds run around naked. And
That's a
just trust
ba-
that
that's a
They'll
baby.
police themselves.
You guys don't. There was like, the coach would come in, talk after practice, he'd leave, and then we'd get undressed and we'd fucking go shower.
At 10 years old, what's that? Fourth grade?
Weird, bro.
Maybe so. Maybe it was middle school.
6th grade?
Maybe
Like
sixth
12?
grade. But like it was young, but it wasn't crazy. Like I didn't have pubes. That's for goddamn sure.
You didn't have pubes till you're like 30.
Yeah,
That doesn't count.
It was for sure prepubescent. I don't know exactly what age it was, but it was like
That almost
that's
makes
how
it
you get.
more
That's how
innocent.
you fucking. That's your team, dude. That's how you
Yeah,
get.
well,
camaraderie.
it genuinely is a part of hockey.
It
Really is. It's about like the puck, the stick, the ice, and the dicks. You know what I mean? It's like those
It
are
is.
the pillars of hockey.
It's Kevin sent me this story this morning. Like I haven't read the article. I just saw the
let me see if there's
screenshot
any
from
detail
Chicklets.
here.
Like if you're just being like the guys can't get naked together, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
What's the point of any?
The sport is ruined.
Should we get naked right now? This would be a side.
What if I have some this? Or,
Oh my god! Imagine
You gotta
if
include me.
if they came in, and we were just all naked right here. How many subscribers we would lose?
I remember my buddy. Him and his friends would shower in gym class in school. Like so, it wasn't a team. It was just like your class of buddies, and
I
they
had
would.
friends who did that.
They would what's it called when you soap up the ground and slide on your ass?
I've seen
It's like, that's
that.
how it's
I don't
named.
know what it's called. But
Yeah, so and
Donnie just did that in the kitchen recently.
he was like a smaller dude, so he said he would like fucking zip, like he would go flying across the room, like across the floor, and everyone was like, yeah, like, cheering for him, and they knew he had the big dick, and they knew he did this and that. It was like a whole thing, but that was just for like school.
I never did
A team
it.
at least is like a family.
I never did it in school, but we would do it.
Joey's like, I should have played hockey.
We did it in like, but like,
class.
it was funny doing like when like the football team would have like 10 hockey guys on it, and then they'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong?" Or the baseball team had.
Yeah.
The baseball team ended up becoming, at least in my school, like the baseball team ended up becoming
Pretty gay too.
It was just because like they were a bunch of hockey players, and then everyone else felt weird not doing it. So we just bring chairs into the shower, just sit there for hours.
It does.
It's
That
the
part
most
sounds
fun moments of my life.
That part sounds fun. I do get that. You have to be, in my mind, at least like 16 to do that.
No.
You weren't afraid you would get hard? Oh.
Did anyone ever get hard when it was weird?
Unintended.
That's the gayest question ever.
I would be
Were you afraid you're
I was
going to
gonna
start
say, I
sucking your
get-
friend's dick?
I would be terrified.
There are a few times in my life where I'm like, fuck yes, dude, you are straight. Like, this is one of those, like, no, never even crossed my mind I might get hard. Fucking right, baby.
Were you ever afraid you get hard at the doctor's office?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever I was going to my yearly physical, it's all I could think about.
Pervs.
You
guys
had a
are
male
perverts.
doctor?
Male, female, I had both. Like, it was like whenever you do your physical, it's not like I was attracted to the doctors, but I was just like, God, it would be so fucking
Oh,
awesome.
it's the Costanza. It moved. Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to deal with it? There's going to be 14 men in this place with only one shower. You're going to eventually have to bunk up.
Wait,
somewhere.
what is going on with that?
I'm probably not going to shower.
You're not going to shower?
All week?
I didn't, it's like 5 days.
Oh, 5 days?
I showered once the
Are
first
you
arriving
fucking
Barstool.
nuts, dude? I'm going to shower Sunday afternoon.
I'm going to shower every day. Maybe.
I actually think I will.
You guys are all going to be there. I forgot.
I will leave that shower feeling gross.
I just come in and sleep over and
Oh,
shower
no.
with you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Why'd you hang out, Joe?
Can I sneak in the middle of the night and give handjobs to the homeless?
Joey's going to be in the kitchen just working up. And I cooks you gentlemen up some egg McMuffins.
I move in too, just to flirt with the guys.
Your linens are changed, Mr. Portnoy.
Oh, you can go home. I know.
You're not going to shower for 5 days?
I
Voting you out, bro.
even if I last all 5 days, I think I'd shower twice.
How often do you shower?
You're gonna
like,
climax.
regularly?
Shower twice.
You're
a
gonna
day.
masturbate while you're here for 5
Twice what?
days.
I shower twice a day usually.
And then you're gonna
Oh,
go down to
that's a good question.
0?
I just,
Oh, God.
I genuinely think that shower is gross, and like it's part to me. It's
Well,
more
you're
like
not-
real
It's going to be
Survivor.
steamy when you get in there. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, like, your feet touch the ground, but the water is fucking clean water.
It makes me feel like I'm more like I'm in it. Like
That
it's
shower is cleaner than
Survivor, I wouldn't be
A
able
lot
to
of
shower for
showers.
39 days, 26 days.
like most.
That shower probably gets cleaned by the cleaning woman.
Yeah, and like it doesn't get used. That shower is impossibly clean.
Last when we did
want
it,
to shower together, bro? We'll set up the chairs.
when we did it the first season, I would say the majority of people did not shower. Showered like once or twice.
Jackie, did you shower?
You did every day here?
Yeah. I mean,
She's a girl.
Yeah.
did the other girls?
She was also hiding the idol in her snurb, so she has to make sure it's fresh in her.
Nerb? I've never heard that in my life.
The immunity chat, the immunity.
Oh,
SNERB?
calling it a
Yes,
snurb is the Lulu.
Snurb.
Nice, John.
It's short for snurby.
I'm gonna go on that show.
I had a feeling.
I'm going on Naked Attraction and saying, "Show me your snurb."
Tommy, are you gonna pull Pud?
What does that mean?
Are you gonna masturbate? Climax?
During Hell Week?
Is anyone you think?
Yeah,
I think somebody
No
will.
way.
Who's the most likely to jerk off?
Hey.
Good question.
It's actually definitely Steven Che.
It's
He's
Che
the
for
horniest
sure.
guy in the world.
Stephen Che is.
Yeah, so he talks all the time about like the boners he'd get in middle school, like waistband bone. He's one of the hornier guys we got.
Really?
Wow,
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that, man. That's funny.
Whoa.
Stephen Che and Jersey Jerry here. Jerry's a
Oh,
horny
I
guy.
mean, he's gonna start jerking off the feet. You know? Who knows?
Keep socks on those bad boys when you're walking around Jer.
I just. Oh God.
Can we lock the door?
Glenny's got a little person in the building today. You just never know with OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's he has a lot of guests.
Yeah.
Like he
It's,
like every day he has
no shortage.
another show.
Before we answer if anyone will jerk off, let's see the Only Stands guest list for next week. Might affect things.
Yeah, so we're it's coming up. Sunday is go time.
This is our last show before it.
Yeah, this is our last show before Surviving Barstool.
Rowan is doing it next week.
I asked Roan, Francis. I think it'll be like a hodgepodge.
Oh, you guys can't work during the thing? You can't?
Well, I think we can, but a lot of people have been like, what if a spoiler happens? What if this? What if that? And I started to push back. And the last thing I want is to be like, my voice was the reason why we did radio, and then it spoiled the ending. And people be like, we told you so. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not.
I can't keep a secret, so I'm not coming in at all next week. I just have to.
I can't keep a
great
secret.
way. I'm
I'm
sorry,
going
boss.
to remove myself from the situation completely.
I can't keep a secret either, which is why I'm not going to be very good at the game.
I hope we get this shit out quick, by the way, because I like somebody will spoil it.
What's going to be so funny is seeing how early people get in next week, knowing that David,
he's gonna be here at like 6 a.m. Yeah.
Oh right.
I feel like some shit is gonna go down. Obviously, like let's say, in the end, there's a backstab, and somebody gets fucked out of $100,000.
That's nuts.
And then come Monday, we're on radio, and these two people are in the office or whatever, and they just have to act like normal.
Oh yeah.
They just have to be like not fucking at each other's throats and like.
Oh yeah.
It's not gonna work. Like we have to get that shit out of ASAP.
I think I've said it 10,000 times, but like, I don't think it's gonna bother me.
Oh, I don't think it will.
Again, statistically, it's
Everybody
the
says it
evidence
will.
suggests that I will freak out. Blah blah blah.
I'll say this
think
about
I will.
No, it doesn't say that you will freak out. It says that one of the 14.
True.
will, yeah.
2 of the 14
You
will freak out.
also defy all statistics
I guess
in all of life. Like I
I think
my lesson with John.
if or when someone backstabs me, I think I will think it's funny.
Yeah, I think he will too. But everything in life I've ever said to him, like, just wait. You're too young, or you haven't gone through this yet. You'll do this too. You'll be like the rest of us. And John always was like, I don't think so, man. And I was like, yeah, right. Just wait.
I hope I'll be like, whoa, I know I had that in me. Like Pat getting hard in the shower.
It's a surprise for everyone.
Oh,
a
shit.
pleasant surprise.
I didn't realize I was like this. Hell yeah.
Let's take some calls on anything and everything so far from today. 888-786-6522. That's 888-STOOL22. Time is it? Well, it's 1 o'clock. Okay, perfect time. We can take some calls for a little while. Some inside Barstool notes. We did hit 50K in healthy debate, meaning that Jetski's bonus has been triggered, so he will get at least a $30,000 raise, and he has all day today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into Monday at 4 o'clock. So he still has basically
It is
half.
capped, though, at 70K.
Oh, okay.
The most, they talked about
That's a
that on
big raise.
Pick'em. The most he could get is a
$50,000
raise.
And that did Dave say that was always in his mind, or did he?
I did not hear that. I just heard them talk about it after Pick'em.
Okay.
But
You got the video? Okay, let's run that.
But like he puts himself right there. So here we go.
Oh, shit! Let's go! Celebration time!
Let's go!
Pay attention.
But like he puts himself.
Is there the clip also of Dukes trying to get that Kentucky caller's name? That was so fucking funny. Did you guys see that?
No,
I saw. I didn't watch it. So if we
it's like Jake from Kentucky. Dukes quote retweeted it.
But he couldn't get his name or something?
Meek, while we're waiting,
I don't want to say.
Do you not charge your phone at night?
He's just on his phone all day.
I'm using my phone when I'm on the train this morning. I'm using my phone when I'm on Pick Central. And I'm using
Because
my
your
phone
headphones.
Yes, I didn't
need two
factor in that
phones.
you're
Did you not
you're just
realize
like
that?
recording right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, the whole fucking thing. You need 2 phones.
Yeah.
You got 2 phones. Like Kevin Gates.
Yeah.
Do we got
One
this
for the
Dukes clip?
plug and one for the hose.
Yeah. Dukes is one of those guys who's
from Canada.
alarmingly
Dyke
stupid.
from Kentucky.
Dyke? Did he say?
Dyke.
You're up.
Dude.
No, that's his name.
Dyke from Kentucky.
What's your
Please
name?
say your name. Can you please say your name?
Jake.
Jake.
Okay.
Also,
Hey.
fuck.
But just Dukes over and over going Dyke.
Dyke from Kentucky.
Dyke from
fucking
Canada.
hilarious.
Dyke from Kentucky.
That is really good. Jake. All right, so jet ski. I would get the. If I had to guess, I think Dave probably took a look and said, I can't have someone getting a $100,000 raise, so let me put the cap on this. Like, I don't know if he ever thought to himself at the beginning.
The way I was talking to Hank after, I think the way I haven't seen the Pick'em clip, but I think it was like, no, that's what I meant. When it was
now that I hear that's it, I
Yeah,
can
it
hear
makes
that
sense.
in the other clip.
But he never said anything about 70.
Well, but it's a
50.
50K raise.
At 20.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
I just want to say, in that whole celebration where we got the 50K, the reason I was in the back, my pants were falling down, so I had to pull them up real quick. I'm not sure if you caught that. And I was like, I can't get us demonetized after all this.
Meek's gonna send some dick out on the internet. Meek, what part of your body would you want to put out on Naked Attraction?
Absolutely none of them.
Do we have some calls? Let's get to it. Nobody's on the computer.
Hello.
What's up? What's your name, bud?
Ryan.
Ryan, what you got for us?
So I heard a hypothetical on a podcast today.
Hit me.
And I'm sure you've had these people in it. Makes it funnier. Would you rather have sex with Hulk Hogan with female parts, or Megan Fox with male parts?
Yeah, our variation of this is Vin Diesel with a pussy.
Yeah.
I fuck Megan Fox in the ass.
Yeah, so it's a no-brainer. Just bend Megan Fox over. I mean, that's crazy.
I don't know, man. Hulk Hogan, I'm not interested in. Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel with a puh is something.
I cream pie Vin Diesel and whisper in his ear, "It's about family."
Yeah. Give him a nice slap in the back of the head.
Bro, I cream pie Vin Diesel.
And then whisper, it's all about family.
Jesus.
We should take this show off the air.
Wow. Take John out of society, bro. Yo, how about Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast is just making KFC Radio come to life.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah. We probably should have thought of that.
Well, I did think of it. I just don't have fucking $50 million to play around with. He's having a guy live in a you could drop the call. He has a guy living in a grocery store.
Yeah.
And he's giving him like $100 a day or something like that.
Oh, way more than that.
$10,000 a day, is it?
Something like that, yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna go bankrupt. This guy he's been there for a month with no sign of slowing down.
Bro, it is. I mean, like,
that was one of ours. He did another one.
2 people in a room.
Yes, 2 people just in a room, a stranger, right?
Yeah.
For a month.
Yeah.
Like $500K.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That's. And like I'm assuming you get food, you get water, you get to go to the bathroom and like shit like that, or you have to like okay.
Oh yeah, the door's open. You can
That seems very doable.
Why not just when you get in there, you make a rule we don't talk to each other.
I think that's tough.
I think that's worse.
That would drive me nuts. Just
being in awkward silence with someone for a month.
No, I think it's only awkward for a minute, and then you're like, we agreed not.
I don't know. I think it'd be you.
I think you would want to talk.
Yeah,
I
think you would go a little crazy, just silent for a month.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
A month, bro.
Like,
a long.
You think it's easier to do it alone?
Yes.
No, I disagree.
Absolutely, I think it's easier to
No
for a month.
way.
I think after a month, like it's solitary confinement. Like once you start losing your mind, you'll want someone. But I would rather just be alone.
But you can use the internet and stuff. Like solitary confinement, you're trapped in the cage. Like you can converse and you can.
I could do TikTok for a month.
Can they FaceTime and shit?
I think there's full internet access.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Oh well.
As far as I understand,
then it's like that's.
I could be wrong about that.
So his thing is he's imprisoning people.
Yeah.
By the way, Mr. Beast always gets shit on.
Mr. Beast has privatized prisons.
Yeah. That will for sure be a spin zone, no doubt. That guy can cure cancer, and they'd be like, well, what about the pharmaceutical companies? Everything he does, there's somebody complaining about it. That is, I don't want to just like jack his idea, but I think there's a couple KFC Radio specific ones that I would love to try to make happen.
Like Vin Diesel with a pussy.
I mean that could be a whole new series. I mean it's literally what Mr. Beast is doing. But like if we went back through and all of the original shit, like it could be like identical, but if you had a couple guys try to build a boat and see how far they could sail.
Yeah.
You had a few stoolies being like, we're gonna sail to fucking England, and they get like 20 feet offshore and then crash. I mean, there's a lot of shit we said over the years. Somebody immediately was tweeting me. Oh, so my idea was on the heels of this. I wanna rent out the Vegas Sphere, and I wanna show Internet 1.0 videos. Just have like E-bombs and E-fucked and faces of death.
God.
Imagine you're in that fucking sphere and you just watch that girl get hit by a train. You watch Russian guys stab each other with fucking screwdrivers. Imagine and then I thought my next step, I want half to be our generation and half to be like Gen Z who doesn't know any of this shit. And we're just like, what's next? And you watch like Mr. Glass happen, and those guys,
Mr. Glass?
Mr. Hands.
Oh God,
Mr. Glass, I think.
Mr. Hands is the
Goatsee's the guitar.
Mr. Hands is the horse.
Yep.
Goatsea is the The guy spreading his cheeks, and then the jar is just the jar.
Okay.
I think jar guy is just like jar bottle guy, whatever. I mean, imagine the Las Vegas Sphere with let's say half the people, it's probably like 9,000 people, have never seen it before, and that guy sits on that jar and just blood everywhere.
It would be like
they would puke. They would be like it would be.
Remember when they talk about when The Exorcist first aired and people were getting like rolled out of the theater in fucking ambulances and shit? It would be, you need the entire Las Vegas EMS department on EMS,
I thought I remembered hearing, and this can't be true, I don't think, but maybe. I thought I remembered reading that you could rent it for $500,000.
No chance.
No way, right?
500. I feel like that might be right.
Maybe for like a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, but it costs $2.3 billion. Make is a very, very expensive thing.
MSG's $1 million.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what I heard years ago. I think Dave said that when he was first talking about renting it out.
I would love, like, if I had Dave money and if it was like somehow affordable like that, I would like legit do that. I would love to do the Faces of Death thing, but I think renting out the Sphere right now is like the best pub you could get. That will be everywhere.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide to put on there, because you can do the inside and the outside.
That is
so. Like if if Dave wanted to, he should probably do his Evening of Hate there as opposed to MSG. I know MSG has more history, but the Sphere right now, you put some shit in the Sphere, you are going viral like every time.
Dude, we were just talking about horrifying things when we think of this. I just did a tier on Lights Camera Barstool of like scariest villains of all time, and I don't know what this one is, so I forget his name, but he's kind of clown looking, and it's some show where like it was obviously very grotesque, and they were talking about like the stuff he would do. One of them was he would skin people and then dump salt on them.
Who would do that?
I forget, some clown.
Sounds like a Blacklist villain.
Yeah.
A what?
Blacklist.
Does sound like a Blacklist villain, yeah.
Jesus.
Did you see Saw 10 that came out?
I have not seen it yet, no.
Saw?
The skinning actually reminded me that I came up with a good Saw punishment the other day.
This is disturbed. This man is fucking.
What is it?
I had like a dream. I thought it was a dream. It was kind of like right before you fall asleep, where like the key is like right there, but I have like all hooks in my back, and as I bend down to get the key, it peels my back skin off.
You've had this more than once?
No. It's just
you just had this.
I just thought of it the other night.
Yeah. What the
and then
fuck?
if I don't get the key in time, I get pulled back into a spear and it comes through my stomach.
Rip your own skin.
Pretty
off.
good saw punishment.
It's disgusting.
Maybe someone like really narcissistic, you had to get out of your own skin or something like that.
Like locking someone's feet
Spitballing.
up.
I'll leave that up to Jigsaw, but no, something.
Lock someone's feet up, cut off their hands, and leave the key to the lock right in front of them. Just like
They have to be able to get out somemew, Tommy.
well, they could
Mouth.
their mouth. Like, can you figure it out?
Dexterity of your toes.
That's a flexibility thing. I can't do. I don't have time to start doing yoga. That's like
Get it in your mouth.
Maybe
No,
that
you can't,
would be
dude.
your punishment. You're so unflexible, John.
You can't get your.
I could do it with my toes, I feel
You
like.
can get your foot to your mouth. Actually, it might be too easy now that I'm thinking about
But
it.
you have your nub, you can't grab it.
And you're gonna put
your feet are tied
in
together.
and turn it.
I haven't thought
With
about
your
it
fucking
that
mouth?
much. Yeah, I think you could do that. That actually might be too easy.
Again, you got one foot up pretty close, but you have both feet tied together. How do you do that?
I was imagining they weren't tied together.
Then why'd you say the words tied together?
Like tied, they're locked.
Locked to what?
You think it would be
do like
easier
a
to do it with
pole
your
or
toes
something. Oh, I
than
see.
than your mouth.
You guys are sick fucks. You really are, all you.
They're tied. Yeah, tied together would be hard.
You do a torture show?
Let's run through some quick headlines here. If there are any other calls, put them through, but I can't see anything on the computer. So Healthy Debate hit 50K. Let's get Jet Ski to 70. Give him a $50,000 raise. I'm assuming he's still doing crazy shit. Gia got to smack him every 250.
She was punching him.
Was she?
I mean, it was like she was just not very accurate with her slaps. So like, the one or two I saw. So like ended up being like the heel of her hand, and like it didn't look the one or two I saw, like it didn't look slappy. Slaps happen with the fingers.
The fingers, yeah.
This was happening with like the base of the hand.
Tommy lost in his Please End This variety show competition. His punishment is that he has to do stand up. I think you're gonna crush it.
No, but it's written by.
I know.
Caroline.
I think that actually makes it easier. By the way. And I think
But it's just going to be really bad.
I think.
You think they're going to do it bad, or do you think you're going to do it? Remember when
Funny,
Michael Che had to write it for Colin Jost?
I think it's going to be more bad than like offensive.
Yeah.
I think that makes it easier, to be honest. I think it would be better if just let's like, what do you got? And if you suck, it's like you suck.
They just write him Kramer's routine.
That would be great. That would be great. I think I'd rather have the fallback of like yeah, like listen, the people in the moment see that and they laugh at you and shit, but it's like, hey guys, that was perfect.
Well, right after, I'm gonna be like, hey, that was not.
That's what I mean.
But I'd like to do
if
like
you had to just do your own stand up. I think there's a lot more pressure.
Yeah, it's actually
funny.
a good point. And also, like, I think this is a good way where, like, I've wanted to try stand up for a while, and now it's like I'm gonna get that stage experience and like exposure, and there's literally no pressure on it for it to be good. But like, I'll still have the experience of being up.
I think it's gonna be very good for you. I think that's gonna.
Glad I lost for the competition.
I did it once for Josh Wolf. I opened up for him, and it went like fine. I think it was a little like his audience is a little more not KFC Radio-esque, if you know what I'm saying. And it went fine. He was like, that was good for a first time. But it's just, I mean, it's such a grind to do it for real.
Oh, yeah.
It's just crazy. It's like to take that on.
Also, the second I like told, I mean, not in this scenario, but like if I was doing it for real, the second I told the joke that like nobody laughed at, I'd fucking kill myself. Yeah. I'd be so upset.
Like there was enough laughter or reaction to like pretty much everything I said that I was like, okay, cool. But like if you like hit a punchline and it is just crickets. Like, if that happened to me one time, I would jump off a bridge. Alone every night.
I never know. Like, I think I would just be like, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. That's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
we didn't like that one? That's like a classic comedian.
Like, I wouldn't be like
the audience tonight.
I wouldn't like be like accusatory like there, like, but I'd be like, I don't know what's like. That's funny. I don't know what to tell you guys.
That's a
I think you can say that if you're like, Shane Gillis or
yeah.
I don't think you can, if it's your first time, be like, I'm telling you guys that's funny.
Particularly if there's if there's like no laughter whatsoever, like you guys are nuts. That was funny.
Like there's got to be somebody.
If I was sure it was funny, because there are some things I'm sure I would say where I was like, yeah, they're right. That is dumb. But if I genuinely thought it was funny and no one laughed, I'd be like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's do a few calls before we get out of here. Air 1 or Air 2 for this? Air 1. Okay, let's go to the guy who wants to talk about porn with his friends and not jerking off.
I just thought it was crazy that the minority was ones not jerking off.
How is that crazy? That
he's on our side.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure though.
Because growing up, my grandpa gave me a tape, a VHS, and it was Space Jam. But after the second one went through, when the mouse pulls the mic away, it went to a porno video. I took that video to all my friends' houses. And we never jerked off together.
That's awesome, by the way. That is awesome. I think everybody. This is something like it's like the box of porn in the woods. Did you have a box of porn in the woods?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did.
We had it in my
so
friend's
people either like that's a thing that people had communal porn in the woods, but the people who don't have that, when I tell that story, they're like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" But the people who do have it are like, "Yeah."
I just had
your bike to the woods. You watch porn.
I had
terrifying
porn by the time I was.
That is true. Yeah. So you're a little bit too young for that. But it's the same sort of thing. I think with whether or not you were doing shit together with your friends. Like some people are like.
Some people talk about it like they had a huge group. We never had that. But
I almost think that makes it weirder. I'd rather.
How far away were you from
the homies?
Like different bed, like across rooms and stuff like that.
But like you could just look over and see dick and balls.
No, I mean lights were out. Like it wasn't. It only happened like once to me. And it wasn't like a communal experience. It wasn't like, hey guys, let's all jerk off right now. It was kind of like, it kind of just happened. Like I don't really.
I think I told this story. I know I've told it before. Like the closest I ever came to this was the day. What's her name? August Ames died. It was like my senior year at Fordham. And the five of us living, we all had separate rooms within like the suite or whatever, like senior year at the dorm.
Oh, yeah.
And we watched, like as a tribute, we all watched an August Ames like video together, and then we all just like, all right, I'm gonna head off to my room, and all five of us headed off to our rooms, knowing damn well what all five of us were doing in those rooms.
I had it once when I was very young, where my buddy had a black box. His dad had a black box.
It's always one.
And so we went to his house to watch WrestleMania. And in the middle of WrestleMania, it just switched over to porn. And I think it's because his dad had two black boxes and his dad went down to the basement.
Channel, yeah.
To change the channel.
Yep.
And we were all like, what the fuck? Like, everyone was like, what the hell? What the hell? And then they turned to like the Tommy Boy scene where it's like, well, you can change it if you want. And then we just stood there and watched a secretary. She got on the desk and she was fucking the boss. She was getting fucked in the ass. And that was like, I was like, oh, that's the sex hole. For like... a while. I just thought like that was the pee hole in the sex hole. I didn't know where poop came from.
I thought for a while that if you're having sex from behind, it's automatically your ass. You couldn't have regular, to quote Dan, P and the V.
Yeah. It is fun to think why sex ed is necessary in schools.
Yeah. Let's go to Nick. What's up?
Gentlemen, full disclosure, I do not meet Joey's unit of measurement for white trash.
Not many do.
I do have a quick question though. Obviously, Rico's got the riders going. He's got Hank. He's got Big Cat. We're talking surviving Barstool here. What are you guys going to do to fight off the threat that is amassing against every individual playing in the group?
Say it again. What are we going to do to fight off the threat of what?
The threat of the alliances that are going against the individuals playing in surviving Barstool.
We'll just win every goddamn challenge.
Yeah, win that immunity, bro. I mean, I don't think I'm going to win a single challenge.
I don't know. I don't. But like, they're not going to be like too physical.
No, I don't think I'll win any challenges.
Somebody's got to win them. But I obviously it's great to get immunity, but we're going to go so fast. There's going to be so many votes that it's like.
Nobody's going on a Mike Holloway season 30 immunity run reference out there.
How many did he get?
I think he won like 5 or something. Like, he just kept winning.
That's awesome. Let's go to Kieran. What's up, Kieran?
Hey, what's up? I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to bring up with the out and about boys there because, I figured Joey would be like Howard Hughes with his bottles like this. But the Nickelodeon GAC you guys discussed today?
Oh, yeah.
What?
On KFC Radio. I called it GAC, the jar.
I know what GAC is.
Oh.
John had this story. This woman said, I'm afraid my husband is going to find my stash. And we were like, what? So John was like, go around the room. What do you think the stash is? And I was like, porn, drugs, like cheating, like, I don't know, like videos, like sex tapes or something. It was her fiance's cum.
What?
When he would come in her mouth, she would go to the bathroom.
So it was his own cum?
His own cum that she would spit into a jar and keep it every time.
Why?
Perverts.
She again, this isn't like a personal story. I don't know this. Someone told it to me. I'm sure they heard it on a different podcast. But then she would dehydrate it and then put it in like a salt grinder and then snort it.
A reminder of her crazy party days. I that's gotta be like an internet, urban legend.
That's gotta be fake.
Yeah.
100%.
But you know what? It's one of those things that's like, what's worse? Fucking people coming up with that shit. It's like if you're
that's like their fantasy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like,
That's not something my mind could have ever invented unless I just heard that.
So I mean, sometimes I do think about the people who come up with shit like Saw, and it's like, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
My brain never goes there. I don't ever think about it, guys. Okay.
Pat, would you keep a cum jar?
I have. Yeah. No, of course.
Yeah, talk about that on Out and About. He's right. Kieran's right. That'll be a good topic for the fellas. Jake wants to teach John and I some science. What's up, Jake?
Yo, so I called about 4 years ago when you fight Za and Casey were trying to understand how planes could fly. And now 4 years later, PhD student aerospace engineering, and I want some redemption. I think I can give you a great answer on how planes can fly if you want it.
You're just gonna say lift and fuck.
Arm out the window on a highway.
All this dumb shit that I've heard before.
You think I'm gonna throw around these big words? I'll give you the most practical example that you can have. You have a piece of paper on you right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Hold up a piece of paper right below your bottom lip. So you have two corners in your hands, and the rest is just flopping down, right?
Below my bottom lip?
Hold it up right below your bottom lip.
Okay.
And then just blow really hard and tell me what happens to the paper. It's limp, and then blow, tell me what happens.
Nothing.
You tell me the paper didn't... Yeah, it's going up a little, right? Tommy, I heard you. It's going up. That's called the Bernoulli principle, where the faster a fluid is going, the less pressure it has. And that is the essence of how planes can fly. So think about this. You got two engines pushing a plane at 200 miles an hour. All you need to do is make the pressure above a tiny bit less than the pressure below. And once you do that, it'll keep going up. Planes don't stay in the air because they're flying so fast. They stay in the air because the air is thinner.
Bro, I got to be honest. Everybody here's blowing the paper and nothing's happening.
I'm breaking a sweat, dog.
Bro, I heard Tommy saying that it was happening.
He's not.
I'm looking at
holding
it.
up.
He's doing it wrong.
Holding it up.
You gotta do like this, like from
hold the corners and let it flop. I think this guy just wanted to make you guys look like assholes.
And then just blow in a straight line. That's all I'm saying.
And now it's not happening.
Dude,
at the paper.
I think they're blowing.
You should have said lift.
Are you supposed to say blow down or blow out?
No, now it's happening.
I'll be honest. I'm fucking really light.
Look at
No, all you gotta do, you should just blow right across the edge of it on your bottom lip, and it should lift up. I'm doing it with a paper
I'm getting
towel
dizzy.
right
I'm out.
John's passed out. He doesn't have any oxygen. All right.
I think that guy went to like aero engineering school just to.
That dude went to fucking University of Phoenix.
All right. Let's wrap up. So me and John and Tommy will be back next Monday. We'll be doing Survivor next week. So you see Pat and Francis.
Unless we get eliminated, then we just come back on.
I said that, but then people know. Yeah. I
very
actually
clear.
did
If
think
it's
that.
just like,
Well, like I think
back, baby.
I think if there's like a segment about one of us, we could like pop in, and that wouldn't reveal anything.
Yeah,
but it's like just can't be like the host of it.
I also like if I'm like first voted out, I might be like I got voted out first. That's not the biggest deal in the world. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'll just not do work for the week. Chill out. So you'll catch Roan and Francis and Pat and whoever else decides to jump on next week every day at noon.
New episodes of Barstool Radio every Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you subscribe and set your notifications on so you never miss any Barstool content.